Well, like shit. A couple days ago, I tried to record a video for my buys and I was unlocking the new boxes, the black boxes. Where are they? Not the black boxes. What do you call these? The ones with the tank. Yeah, these mystery boxes. And I said, one thing I remember saying is, well, shit. I have to do it in one go. Because if I fuck it up, if I fuck the recording up, and as you can tell, I did fuck the recording up because it's not uploaded to my YouTube channel. Turns out my battery ran low and the Mobizen thingy just stopped recording. I'm like, fuck. Like, generally, fuck. And even worse, I'm glad I got a fucking tank from out of it. But I opened the case and I remember clearly myself saying, I don't mind getting any tank from tier 10, tier 9, or tier 8, but as long as it's not the fucking Type 59 Patton. And I open the case. And I get these mystery certificate. And I open it. I was happy. Like, yo, shit. Like, I'm glad I got it. And the one tank I didn't want to get is ironically the tank I got. And it is the Type 59 Patton. Well, shit. I thought, well, I've seen many reviews in this tank. It seemed like it sucks. It didn't seem like it has anything special going for it. Looks kinda awkward. It's not pretty. And I don't know, the alpha seemed low. It just seemed like an underwhelming tank. That is until I actually tried it. And holy fuck, do I take my words back. This tank is actually fucking good. I'll get to replay in a second. It's I think a skirmish game mode I had, and it was very good. Now the armor on its third, it has a tumor. Yeah, it has a pennable spot. You see that huge mantlet? Yeah, it's really easy to pen. It's easy to deal with, but for some reason, I still managed to get some bounces. And look at this, the bottom right thing, bottom right corner, it says the gun turn limit, degrees. It has 17 degrees of top, fuck it, what do you call it? Gun elevation. That doesn't really matter, it's fine. I mean, unless you're playing an AMX, you won't really have to care about it. But then the bottom limit, or the gun depression, is 10 degrees. And that makes a huge difference. It makes more difference than you think it does. This allows you to play over the ridges, and even though you have that not little spot, you have like that tumor on your turret, you can still work with it. I feel like it works like a chieftain's turret. Yes, there's a tumor you can pen, yes, people can pen you reliably, but that is only if they're able to hit it. And if you're playing this tank right, if you're using the speed is shit. If you're using the speed and the acceleration of this tank, and you're constantly like moving around, and you're not letting the enemies aim down their sights, you would actually give other people a hard time. I like this tank. I actually like this tank, even though people say it's shit. I like it. Now the gun is shit. The gun is honestly shit. There's nothing going for it. It has low alpha, 225 alpha in the fucking tier 8 match. Imagine going against a tank that has a fucking 2500 HP. That is the Martian. And tier 9, you're gonna come up against Martians, another better tanks. And you're gonna struggle just because of your low alpha. Because since you have low alpha, you will have to expose yourself even more. And that makes it a bit harder. Like, compare it to some other tank, like a T-49. Now, I know it's not fair comparing a light tank that has a fucking howitzer. How do you say it? Turret. Not turret, gun. And that does a lot of damage, 560. But if you compare it, you can see how much time of exposure how much time you will have to expose yourself as a T-49 and how much time you have to expose yourself as a 59 Patton. That's a huge difference. The average penetration is, I haven't struggled with it, it's okay. And you have really good heat shells that can pen everything. I mean, personally, I haven't struggled penning anything, but that could be because I haven't played it as much yet. The dispersion in this tank is okay, it's really good. It's just like a medium tank. It's what you would expect from a medium tank. DPM, it's good. You won't get any troubles with it. Concealment, not gonna lie, I don't really understand how that works. I'm not just gonna comment anything on it. And for me, the equipment I run is the improved assembly because I want more health. Because I'm gonna be hit. There's no point making more armor because you're still gonna have the turret and on the tumor on top of your turret. So that's a weak spot. Even if you have the enhanced armor, it doesn't do much because people are still gonna be hitting you in that spot. Like, yes, you're gonna get more armor for your turret, but then your turret is already, if I'm not wrong, it has a spaced armor. Yeah, it does. It does have spaced armor, so most of the shots that hit the turret are gonna bounce. But, or what that means is, people know that. They're not gonna be aiming for your turret. They're not dumb enough for that. They're gonna be aiming towards your weak spot. And even if you do wiggle around and everything, it won't make much difference. I mean, that's my personal opinion. You can do whatever you want with it. The gun rammer, it improves the DPM by a bit, but it still does something. This doesn't really matter. Why am I riding cam on this? Improved optics make the view range even better. The view range in this is really nice. Alright, let's get towards the replay. Without further ado. One thing I want to say is the reason I haven't uploaded in a long while, and I'm really sorry about that, was because I had to move out. Then I had to work in as a waiter for a bit. In I shouldn't probably mention the restaurant name, but it was in Palm Jumeirah. That's a really good place. I only worked there for a week. Those trials, I haven't received a call back from them, so it's just kinda sad. Alright, ICC, we have really broken tanks. We have an IC-152, that's fucking OP. T-5042, that's OP. AT-15A, that's OP as well. Annihilator, that's even more broken. Then your team has an AT-15, Indian Panzer, that is shit. T-49 Hornet, easy to deal with. And 2 Annihilators, they could give a hard time for a tank. Right. The first thing I do is I'm playing above the ridges, not above the ridges, so I'm playing with the ridges. And you can see how easy it is to get shots. And I bounced 2 or 3 shots from the Annihilator from my turret. And that's what I was talking about. The turret is really good. It bounces shots. And from far ranges, and especially with tanks that have really shitty dispersion, they're easy to deal with when you play in hull down. I kinda screw up in here. Yeah, I did. It's been a while since I played World of Tank Blitz, so you guys can forgive me for that. Right, as you can see, because of the low alpha, I have to keep on exposing myself often. And that leads to more shots being, it leads me to taking more shots, which makes this tank more exposed or kinda screws you over. But since this tank has a decent or like a good DPM, you can sort of work with it. The T-49 is trying to flank. I know my teammates can probably handle the situation. I'm not gonna chase the T-49 because I know if I did, I'll probably die. So I stay in my spot. I do what I can. I see for the easy picks. That's how you should work with a tank. You can't be that aggressive. You'll have to farm damage, and you really can with this tank. You really can. You have the penetration for it, even though it's not, well, how to say it, it's good, but at times you'll struggle. But the main point is you shouldn't be that aggressive, and this is ironic how I mentioned at this point of time because I am going to go behind the Annihilator and try to flank him. Good thing is he was oblivious to the situation around him. He didn't know I was going to flank, and using my DPM I was able to get some shots in. And yeah, see, even the T-49 now, it hit the turret, which that was lucky. That was a lucky hit. If he aimed for the hull is easy to deal with. He could have got a shot in. Twice. That was bouncing twice. That bounced twice. And this is the point I was trying to make earlier, or what I mentioned earlier, is that this tank has a for a medium tank, that's an embarrassing speed. Yeah, it can go fast, but it's gonna take a while. You're gonna have to drive for a while. I would say like 10 seconds to get to your top speed. And with a medium tank, you really need that acceleration, and this tank lacks it. If you want my personal opinion, this tank, I enjoy it, I like it, but I can see why people hate it. It doesn't offer the same things as other medium tanks such as the FCM50T offers. FCM50T, it has a speed, it has, even though it has the same alpha, it has, you know, how to say it, it has its own charm to it. Same with the MX CDC, it has its own charm. And this tank is, how to put it nicely, it's like a book, an empty book. You make of it whatever you want. There is no specific playstyle to it, except maybe playing hull down. You can't really brawl with mediums. You might try to attempt to, but most of the times I feel like you'd lose against conventional tier 8 tanks, because let's say you're going against a T44, you'd probably lose the battle unless you work with your teammates. A one-on-one between you and the T44, if you bounce a couple of shots or like a few shots on the T44, you'll end up losing. And the thing is, the T44 has the armor for it, and I can see this gun failing to penetrate the T44 or other good tanks. So really, the way you should play this tank is with your team. Go with your team. If there's a chance for you to stay back, not going to the front lines, I would recommend doing so. This is not a tank that can go in and just bounce shots reliably. It doesn't do that. It can bounce shots, yes, but it's not as much as you would hope for. Yes, it can get some nice ass bounces, but those are lucky ones. Those are troll shots. So this is more of a troll tank. If you can't really go with the mediums, and you can see there's other mediums in the same match as you, I would say don't risk it. Go with your heavies. You can be a really good support tank. This is a really good support tank. It relies heavily on the team, but it's not the type of tank where it'd be like, oh, well, my team is dead, I can clutch this. No. If it's a 1v3, 1v4, you cannot clutch in this. I mean, maybe you could pull something off, but chances of you clutching something or clutching a match is going to be low, because not only it doesn't have the speed for that, the camo values in this, I mean, I'll be honest, I don't really know much about it, but from what I can gather is that it's easy to get spotted. You will get spotted by other medium tanks before you can spot them, and that kind of sucks. And when you do get spotted, you won't be able to just like drive away and just, you know, relocate or change your position anytime. Yes, you would be able to do that, but you won't be able to do that in time. You would be predictable because of your speed, and that kind of sucks. But if you're deciding whether or not you want to get this tank, now the question you should be asking yourself is, do you want a tank that's, well, I'd say basic? Do you want a basic tank? Because this is a basic tank. It doesn't have much going for it, but it is fun to play. You don't see this much. I mean, so you don't see this tank often in the matchmaking. That's what makes it interesting. That's the main selling point of this tank, I feel like, because it feels rare, and it is rare. But there's a reason why it's rare, because most people hate it. And if most people hate it, chances are you will too. But don't take my word for it, because personally I enjoy it. So this is the type of tank you might want to play yourself to figure out whether you like it or not. But if it ever goes on sale, I say the best price for it, it's 5,000 gold. More than that, and it's not really worth it. It's not worth about 5,000 gold. It doesn't feel like it. There are far better tanks in the store you can get for 5,000 gold, yes, but if you want a medium tank, 5,000 gold, go ahead with this. If not, if there's some other tank like the CDC, I would say just don't even look at this tank. Get other tank. Even though I like this tank, I'm gonna say this because it's how to say it. Everyone has their own preference, and just because I like this tank doesn't mean you would as well. And looking at the store, you can see the Lorraine 40T, T34-3. These tanks are way better than the Type 59 Patton. They are better than it, and they're how to say it, they're more enjoyable. You might enjoy this tank, but you won't enjoy them as much as the other premium medium tanks. But like I said, if you want to go for it, go ahead. Thank you guys for watching.